All right, shalom, shalom. It's a brother Rashad coming back at you with another lesson, man. And before I get started, I want to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this true and rule well. And peace, blessings, and salutations be to the hopefully elect, as well as those that believe in the gospel and may you endure to the end, Lord willing. All right, and I just wanted to go into a quick lesson today. All right, just a quick exhortation to exhort, those that's sincere, those that's of the fold of the hopefully elect. All right, to continue to build on a foundation of Yahushua. All right, which is that rock. All right, the chief cornerstone. Okay, and which is really this ministry that Yahushua has given us. All right. Because as we know, it's according to the book of John, all right, the book of Revelation, right, he is the door, all right, he holds the keys, all right. If any man enter in, it's by who? By him, all right. Now, once you enter in, you have to build, right? There's this temple, all right, you're playing your role, okay. All right, ultimately, the best part about building is enduring, all right? One of the main characteristics of someone that's building is doing what? Enduring, all right? Showing up to work every day, all right? And doing the work correctly, you see? Because if the work is not done correctly, why? What will happen? The building won't stand, you see? So it's important that we continue to build on a solid foundation, all right, or a rock, all right, which is Yahushua, all right? Now I'm gonna get a few precepts, and Lord willing, this quick lesson be edifying, right? So we're gonna start off with the book of Luke, all right, chapter 6. I think I bookmarked it. All right, chapter 6, verse 47. It says, "And whosoever cometh to me and heareth my sayings and doeth them, I will shew you to whom he is like. He is like a man which built and straight way. All right, Yahushua got straight to the point. It said, whoever cometh to me and heareth my sayings and doeth them, you see, living by this word, all right, taking heed to the counsel, you see. He said, I will shew to you whom he is like. All right, so I'm gonna show you what this man is like. All right, a man that takes heed, all right, lives by the word, all right, who's returning, all right, back unto me. It says, verse 48, he is like a man which built an house and dig deep and laid the foundation on a rock, all right. It says, and when the flood arose and the stream beat vehemently upon that house, and beat I'm gonna have to get that word vehemently, all right. It says the stream beat vehemently upon that house and could not shake it, for it was founded upon the rock. All right, and we know the floods, the streams, all right, these are the different trials, tribulations, all right, the afflictions, infirmities, all right, things that come and try to take us away from the truth, all right, but it can't, all right. Why? Because we've been firmly rooted, all right, and the foundation that we've built ourselves upon, all right, from the elder apostles on down, all right, the foundation that we have been built builded upon is rock solid, you see. It won't cause us to fall. Why? Because we've been told things, right? Which is why I made the point on that heareth my sayings, all right, because the Lord speaks through his men, man. You see, the Yahushua is not literally talking to you, all right. Let me get this in the NLT real quick. Right, verse 47 NLT, it says, I will show you what it is like when someone comes to me, listens to my teaching, and follows it. It is like a person building a house who digs deep and lays the foundation on a solid rock. So when the floodwaters rise and break against that house, it stands firm because it is well built, you see. And what? We are likened unto that house, all right? We are likened the scriptures, all right, this truth, this ministry, all right, upon that foundation, man. All right. Why? Because if we keep Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai first, all right, we won't ever fail, man. You know, continuing in the things which thou hast learned. All right, which I'm gonna grab that later. You know, it says it stands firm because it is well built. All right, it's well built. Why? Because you have listened to the teachings. All right, and followed them. Okay, if you don't listen to the teachings and if you don't follow them, well, let's see what happens on the other side of the coin. All right, this is Mark chapter 4, verse 14. It says, the sower soweth the word, and these are they by the wayside where the word is sown. But when they have heard Satan, Satan cometh immediately and taketh away the word that was sown in their hearts. You see, when tribulations, all right, when the tests come to see if you really want to stand on the Lord's business, all right, when the time comes to see if you're really going to follow the teachings of Yahweh Shai, okay, it says Satan cometh immediately and taketh the word that was sown in their hearts. You see? Why? Because it wasn't built on that solid foundation, man. You know? And I believe it says that ultimately in verse 49. Right, and I also want to get that word vehemently. Right. Salakia, I should have had it pulled up. Impetuous, ardent, violent, furious. All right, so that it's not talking about a light thing. All right, talking about hurricane, tornado type winds, man. All right. And I'm just using this as an analogy, all right? Now, it says, verse 16, it says, and these are they likewise which are sown on stony ground, who when they have heard the word, immediately receive it with gladness, all right? And when you go into stony ground, which I was just looking up before this lesson, it says Strong's G
4075, Petrodes.
Right, which it says a ground full of rocks, all right? And you can't build a house that's gonna last for a lifetime, all right, on a ground full of rocks, all right? Me still using an analogy, right? It won't last, man, all right? You just get a couple trucks that's full of gravel, all right? And you just dump the gravel, all right, and lay that as a foundation for the house. Hey, man, the gravel, moves, it shakes, right? Right, you drive your car on a gravel road, all right, it's going to have grooves in it from the car. So how much more, you know, when a storm comes, you know, or something, it rains, all right? It shifts, man, you see? Now, still using all of this as an analogy, and Lord will, you know, it's making sense, right? Because if you don't take heed to these teachings, all right, to the councils, all right, when you go to elder brothers, all right, or elder, or have questions about how to deal with certain situations, and you know they give you the straight and skinny, all right, you go and do something else, well, you're building your house, your house on stony ground. Why? Because you're not taking heed, therefore, to the council, man. All right, back what it says in Luke, in Luke 6, man. 47, right? It says, and whosoever cometh to me and heareth my sayings, all right? And I'm gonna keep reiterating that because Jake don't take heed to the sayings of the Lord, all right? Like the brother Kayal always say, hey, man, every answer that we need, all right, in life is in the scriptures, man, all right? It's not hard decisions to make in the world, Jake. You see? All right? And I'll keep reading. I'm going to go back to the mark, right? Let me go back to the mark now. Got a phone call kind of cut me off, man. Damn. I've been spamming like hell since this goddamn election. Pissed me off, man. Lost my train of thought. Salakia. But verse 17, Mark 4:17, it says, and have no root in themselves, right? When you don't have no root, all right, the scriptures tell you about being rooted and built up, right? I think it's Colossians 2, okay? It's Colossians chapter 2, verse 7. It says, rooted I'll start at verse 6. It says, as ye have therefore received the Hamashiach Yahushua, the Lord, so walk ye in him. You see? Seeking out them old paths, man. Seeking out the ways of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right, if you walk in the ways of Yahushua, you're building yourself on that solid foundation, man. Because when has Yahushua ever failed us? All right, never. Okay, throughout the whole volume of the book, man. All right, from the time that he was the angels with us in the chariot. All right, coming out of the land of Egypt. Hey man, Yahushua has never guided us, all right, or never showed us the wrong way to go. You see, he's always been a part of building that rock solid foundation, man. All right, which it says, verse 7, it says, rooted and built up in him, and established in the faith, as ye have been taught. You see, abounded therein with thanksgiving. All right, and hey man, rooted, built up in the faith. Rooted and built up in Yahushua, and established in faith, as ye have been taught. You see, whosoever cometh to me, all right, heareth these sayings and doeth of mine. All right, you see, now it's all tying in together, man. All right, now let me go back to finish the Mark out, finish the Luke out. Salaki, and I got one more, and I get out of here with that one, right? Now it says, verse 17, it says, and have no root in themselves, all right? Not rooted and built in Yahushua, right? It says, and so endure before a time afterward, when affliction or persecution ariseth for the word's sake, all right? The word, who's the word? Yahushua. It says, immediately they are offended, all right? In the NLT it says, but since they don't have deep roots, they don't last long. They fall away as soon as they have problems or are persecuted for believing the Most High's word. The seed that fell among the thorns represent others who hear God's words, but all too quickly the message is crowded out by the worries of this life and the lure of wealth and a desire for other things, so no fruit is produced. You see? These are the things, man, that Jake has to go through, right? Deal with. All right, endure. Okay. When I read verse 18, in the KJV, it says, and these are they which are sown among thorns, such as hear the word and the cares of the world, and the deceitfulness of riches, and the lust of other things entering in, choke the word, and it becometh unfruitful. So now, this is becoming a problem for me. You see, it's becoming a problem for me. I need to find a way out. I need to find my way to do something else. You see? And that's what happens, man. All right? Verse 20, it says, and these are they which are sown on good ground, such as hear the word and receive it and bring forth fruit, some 30-fold, some 60-fold, and some 100-fold. You see? These are those who have are rooted and built in the faith, man. All right? Established in Yahushua. Established in the faith. All right. They won't. The scriptures talk about being unmovable. All right, immovable, man. You see, you can't move a foundation. All right, that's been built correctly. You see, we've come up under brothers. All right, elders. All right, the elder apostles, the elder bishops. All right, and hey, man, these things, the advice men have given us from the top on down has never failed us, man. Why? Because they are sown on good ground, you see. But now let me finish out the Luke. Luke 6:49. It says, but he that heareth and doeth not is like a man that without foundation built a house upon the earth, and against which the stream did beat vehemently, and immediately it fell, and the ruin of that house was great. You see? And that's what the Lord likens those men, all right, who hears and doesn't obey, who doesn't take heed to the words of the Lord, man, He said the fall of that house was great, all right, become a laughing stock, all right, be mocked, you see? And hey, man, I don't want to write this out. We all endure to the end, you know. And we don't want to be accounted unworthy, all right? We want to be accounted worthy, all right, as it says in Luke 21, man. You know, but I ended off here, 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 14. And I'll read both in the KJV and the NLT. It says, but continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them. You see, continuing in the things that we have learned, man. All right. And the point says, knowing of whom thou hast learned. All right. From the elder apostles on down. All right. We truly believe that the Lord is dealing, okay, with those men, all right, of great millstone, all right, who are the apostles of Israel, all right, the apostles that are back today, man. You see? Verse 14 in NLT, it says, but you must remain faithful to the things you have been taught. You see? Not being sown on that stony ground, man. You know? Being sown on that rock solid foundation, man. You see? Verse 15, the KJV, it says, and that from a child. All right, why? Because we come into this truth. All right, it tell you, hey man, it's like a blank canvas. All right, it's like you what's the right word? Not that your slate is totally wiped clean, but you know, you become as a child, right? A newborn babe, you see? Hey man, we have renewed ourselves in the spirit of our mind, all right? Mortified our members of the old man, okay? And which, you know, you liken yourself in your year in the truth. Well, you're a 1-year-old child, right? 2 years, you're a 2-year-old, you see? You have men that's been doing this thing 30, 40 years, man, you know? But it says, and that from a child that thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith which is in the Hamashiach Yahushua. Now, verse 15, it says, you have been taught the holy scriptures from childhood, and they have given you the wisdom to receive the salvation that comes by trusting in Hamashiach Yahushua. All right, which is why I posed this lesson this question at the beginning of the lesson. Hey man, who is Yahushua ever forsaken? Or who did ever trust in Yahushua? And, you know, as it says, look at the generations of old. You see? But, you know, I don't want to write this was edifying, man. Before I go and give all praises, glory, infinite honors unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors once again to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and rule well in peace. Blessings and salutations to the hopefully elect. Until next time, I say shalom.